Hello, my name is Leo, and welcome to another day of LSD, the Dream Emulator. Day 38, let's go. It is day 38, right? Yeah, it is. It's the 7th, so... And there's one day off. It's gonna get more confusing as we do more and more 31 days. Ooh. And, so I'm very curious about. Oh, you know what I never did? I never opened up the map. Ah, yeah, I don't have my computer on. Stupid. Let's do the texture. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? Alright. Sorry, what the fuck is going on? Is that my controller doing that? It was. That's weird. Huh? Well, I had my controller plugged into the power, because I hadn't taken all the cables so I could actually do that. I thought the power cable was literally just power. But maybe there's something going on with the power cable and it's actually making me do weird inputs. Is there another exit this place, or is there just the one? It's just the one exit. Maybe that's why I suddenly, like, change direction and run into walls all the time. Oh, shit. Good though. Also, I noticed before that I stopped, I let go of X, and then I was running again. Now we're in Japantown. Oh, sweet! We get to see those pictures. Okay, well, okay, fair enough. That's a female space, but you gotta fucking forgive me for not noticing it before. I mean, come on. It's pretty vague. Is that something on the drum? Oh shit! God damn it! My controller's doing. My controller's doing some weird shit right now. I'm looking up for no reason. I don't know why. Is that something? No. Is that something? I don't know. What the fuck is that? I don't know why, but that kind of, okay. That kind of reminded me of the freaking, a lot of people in the Phantom Pain have logos. Well, that's interesting. What? Huh. Yeah, that is interesting. Have logos where I think they use like the heart symbol and then the atom bomb symbol to make it look like either well, just straight up an atom bomb or some kind of suppository going into someone's butt. I don't know why, but that kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Hey, look, there's a female face on Buddha. Wow. Oh, hello. Interesting that this dark one actually looks a lot more like a proper photo than the other one. Oh god, look at this! Oh, that's hideous. Hold on, let me get in there. Oh wow. Look at them teeth. Teeth and feet for all the fetishes out there. What is this, by the way? Oh, lips. Oh. Wonderful. That's a hand, by the way. With that face. Yeah, I noticed. Ah! It was the coat guy. Hey, is that Face Man? Do I want to touch Face Man? Whoa. Wait, what is this picture? Oh, hello. Oh. Oh. Necks. Well, you know, back in the Edo times, the exposed neck was a very sexual thing. That's why you always see those Yukio pictures or pictures of the floating world, where you see the geishas with the sleeves that come down so you can see the neck, and then generally women would have all that shit covered up. I think the ankles was also exposed. No, I don't remember if it was if ankles had. What is that? Hang on. Is that something? Are those legs? I can't tell. Wow, there's some interesting textures in this town. Oh yeah. Is that something? I think that's an upside down face. Yeah, I think so too. There's just textures everywhere. Yeah, forget about the fucking natural world for a second. Oh, check out those shit. And here's some more necks. Well, that's just the... Well, let's have a look down. Oh, hello, eyes. Although they're not real eyes. Yeah, they're just fake eyes. Anything else? There's Peacock Man. So I don't want to touch Peacock Man right now. I don't want to leave here because I'm pretty sure the textures will change. I want to see if there's any other interesting textures around here. I don't know if those roof textures that you can go back and see for yourself or anything. What's with the fist? What the fuck? What's with the fist? What is... Is there a sexual meaning and there's a woman's face in the middle of them? Is she getting... Is that what we're implying? She's getting the fist? She's getting the fist. That's weird. Yeah. That is weird. So this texture, is that supposed to be something? Oh, it kinda looks like a hole. Well... It does. I don't know what I was supposed to make of that, but... Hey look, there's a little shrine in here. I didn't know there was a little shrine in here. Oh, hello, this is... Ooh, hello. Ooh. I think I heard something back there. I know, but I'm too busy with these textures. Well, I am glad that we got to check out... Oh, it's a little Fox God shrine! Yeah, Fox God! Where's the fucking entrance? Are you even sure there is an entrance? Oh god, Black Man's there! So call him Black Man. What is that? Is that something? Is the Coat Man coming? He's just wandering around. I don't think you can get in there. Oh, that sucks. Get away from fucking Coat Man. I don't want to wake up. I'm fine. What the fuck is that sound? There's something walking around. What is this? I don't know what that is actually. So I had a bunch of dreams last night. I don't think it was one continuous dream either. I think it was like actually 3 separate dreams. Oh, hello. You can come in here? Oh, no, I don't want to go in there. That's fine, thanks. More fists. So I can blow my nose. I'll be back in a minute. Hang on. What's with me and having to blow my nose in the morning? I don't know. All the time in the morning, first thing in the morning. Wake up, blow my nose. At least there's a pause feature. Yeah, I'm glad that there is a pause feature in there. Alright, well those sounds have gone. I think whatever that was is gone away, but let's keep exploring. There could be something over here. Is that a different texture? It is, but I don't know what it is. It's a little leg or an arm? That's how the middle one's obviously a woman. I don't think we're gonna find... I don't think we're really gonna find anything else. Like, I know these textures are called, quote-unquote, the sexual textures. But I don't think they're gonna be, like, actual, explicit. We never did check the rating of this game. No, we never did. I mean, there's certainly some disturbing stuff in this game. Oh, hello. Oh no, don't end the dream. Fuck you. Oh yeah, I had a dream on the eye. But there you go, now I can know you can do that. Mind you, we've never had a dream outside of that, the face. That is true. Well, that was, an interesting dream. Yes, indeed, it was. Alright, let's talk about my dreams. Alright, so, I'm trying to remember exactly, but the first dream I had was a bit of a lucid dream. It was a bit of a... It was a thinking dream. I mean, I had to think in the dream and, like, solve a mystery of sorts. Essentially, it was a JoJo dream. Now, I don't know how much JoJo you've seen, but a lot of JoJo, at least in part 3 and part 4, and presumably onwards, but I've only actually watched the anime, so I only know up to part 4, the end of part 4. Which part 3 is where they introduce the idea of stands. And stands usually have some kind of a gimmick or rule to which they work. And when the protagonists usually encounter them, generally that gimmick or something is to the utmost advantage of the enemy stand user. But then the main characters might find some way of like getting around that rule. So they always have some kind of rule, some kind of gimmick, but they're always something that can be defeated. But they always have some kind of weakness. Except for, like, the main fucking protagonist, Stan, which is just all-powerful, I guess. Well, it's not all-powerful. Well, it is. Especially fucking Jotaro. Because his stand, the Star Platinum, the only weakness that it ever has is at the end with Dio's stand that can stop time. But then, fucking Star Platinum just learns the ability to stop time too. Albeit less time, but still, fuck. Anyway. So, yes, right, yes. So, right, so the enemy stand in this particular dream, I guess could use, like, phone lines or audio of some kind. Basically, when you listen to the audio, he can, like, mind control you or something like that. And he was on the answering machine. And, like, I was trying to, like, use the phone while covering up the earpiece so that I couldn't hear his words, which would have, like, allowed him to mind control me. And instead of that, I tried to delete the actual answering machine message. And I forget if I was successful or not. that was pretty much the dream. Alright, we had another podcast dream. By podcast dream, I mean, it was a dream where I was listening to podcasts, which probably makes sense because I've been listening to podcasts a lot recently. But it wasn't. There was podcast elements in there, but the main thing that I remember about the dream is a guy who was either, it was like a YouTube video of like gameplay of a guy who was like fucking with people in a game. Either he was hacking, or the game had some kind of flaw where it was like, it wasn't Minecraft, but it was kind of like a Minecrafty. The graphics were like not Minecrafty, like blocky, like Minecraft, but it was kind of like a Minecraft type game. And there was a thing, I forget what the thing did, it was like a pot, but he would move the pot, and that would like either force people to like lose items or give people shitty items or something like that. And it was just being an overall dick in the game. And there's something else actually about that. Shit, I forgot. Ah, crap, I forgot it. It was in my head a second ago. Podcast, guys being a dick, moving stuff. Yeah, I lost it. Okay. Maybe I'll remember it later. There was also another dream that I had, which was a rugby-ish dream. I don't know why I was having a dream about rugby, but the weird thing was, if I remember correctly, it was the Roosters versus the Blues. Now that's weird for two reasons. The Roosters refers to I believe it's rugby union. I don't think it's league. The Roosters are a rugby union football team in Australia. I forget where, but yeah. Maybe they're AFL. Maybe that's Australian football. I don't really follow sports that much, but I just know the names. But the Blues refers to the New South Wales, which is the state of Queensland, a state of Australia. Sorry, Queensland's the other one. Yeah, one of the two states where they basically take the best players in each state, Queensland and New South Wales, and they have like 3 games. It's called the State of Origin. I've actually watched 2 State of Origins so far on Twitch streams, which we'll probably do that again this year. I wish I could watch it live, but it's always on a Wednesday, and I'm always working Wednesday night, so that sucks. I'm wondering what we should do, if we should watch it soon or watch it later. The hardest part about fucking watching the State of Origin is, because I'm watching it after the fact, I need to like find the video without being spoiled on the goddamn score. Doing it on YouTube, it's doable if the video exists on YouTube. Doing it on the internet is nigh impossible, because the first thing you do when you search for it is it tells you the goddamn score. I got spoiled on, I think, the second game in last year's series. So like the first game I didn't know what was going to happen. I think one team won, and then the second one I already knew that the other team was going to win. I was like, ugh. Well, at least we'll get to watch the third game, and then the third game was a fun filled time. Anyway, the weird thing about this is that this State of Origin and the players that exist in the Blues and Maroons, which is for Queensland teams, that's rugby league. So they're not even the same sport. I don't really know the difference between rugby league and rugby union. I'll be honest with you. I want to say that rugby league has less rules. I mean, rugby league is like rougher. I don't know. I've only ever really watched State of Origin. I don't actually watch rugby that much. Doesn't really interest me. State of Origin is good because I feel like the State of Origin, like, even because it's not a real. Well, it is. It's like it's for pride. It's not for actual glory, I guess you could say. Yeah. I mean, it's not like an actual series. It's just 2 teams facing off best out of 3, and it's just for the, for the pride of your state, where you come from, and that's it. So because of that, they kind of they throw a lot of the rules out. They don't really like penalize people as much. Although I feel sometimes that the players don't play their maximum power because it's not that important. Or it is, but it's not that important. And they have real games coming up with their own teams. So I think, or maybe State of Origin happens like off season. Not sure. Like theoretically, State of Origin, the best thing to do would be to have State of Origin like at the end of the season. But if anything, it sounds, because it said like March, it sounds like it's at the beginning or in the middle of the season. Because if it was at the end, then people could just go all out, and if they have injuries, who gives a fuck? You got like a half a year to recover. But if it was at the beginning and they get injured and they're out for the entire season for their real team, you know, that'd be really bad, I suppose. Did you not remember what was going on with that second dream? No. Fuck. What was it? I don't know. Shit. Because I was thinking about something as I was talking. And then when I went to like pull that information back out of my head, it's gone. It's completely gone now. I'll never get it back. So let's try to just. I'll just try to redo the second dream. Let's rewind. So okay, the second dream was a podcast dream, and like makes sense because I was like watching a bunch of podcasts, listening to a bunch of podcasts recently. Oh god, this isn't working. But it wasn't really a podcast yet. It was more like that, like a YouTube video where this guy was like, I don't know if he was hacking or if the game mechanic, it was like a game like not Minecraft. It didn't really look exactly. It wasn't blocky like Minecraft. It was like a Minecraft like game, and he could move like a pot or something into like the middle of the room. And it would cause people to... I'm not entirely sure what it did. I just remember that it was bad. I remember moving it from the position that it originally was caused people to either lose items, gain shitty items, or some bad effect to their game. And it was just being an overall dick. And yeah, I've lost. Completely lost whatever it was that I wanted to say. Oh well. I've been watching more Black Mirror. What did I watch last night? A pretty boring one, actually. What was it called? I watched Hang the DJ yesterday, which is a cool one. That's a good one. Funny how there's a pattern with all the ones that I really like. Like the first episode of season 4. I forgot what season it was, but it was like Japoli or San Joseph. And yeah, Hang the DJ. They all have this particular element. Although the particular element in Hang the DJ doesn't really become apparent until the very end of the game, at the very end of the episode, and that was a cool twist. I like that twist at the end. It was really good. But, what was I going to say? I was, like, legitimately feeling for the main character in Hang the DJ. Poor fucking guy. Like, I had so many predictions as I was watching it, and none of them happened. This is, like, the first time that's happened, where, like, none of my predictions have happened. Because I remember he was in, like, a 1-year relationship, and she was in a 9-month relationship. Not going to spoil anything, I'm just going to generally talk about the thing in case you've watched it. And when she was about to run out, I was like, oh, you know what's gonna happen? She's gonna get like another like 1-year relationship and they're never gonna meet each other again. And he's always gonna be pining over this first girl. That's not exactly what happened. But the other thing is that like the betrayal, so to speak, that he did, I don't think that's such a big deal. Like, honestly, what I would have done is I would have just straight up talked to her, like, immediately, and, like, explained the situation and apologized profusely, and that might have fixed the issue that was going on with the time limit. But then again, of course, this was all as the coach says, everything happens for a reason. And the end. So I wonder what happened to the two people. Was it two people? It was two, yeah, because they were 99.99. Wait, 99. Yeah, 99.89. No, 99.8% compatible. I think is what that was. Yeah. So I wonder what happened with the two people. Because I also, near the end, without going too much into spoilers, I thought that the final pairing was going to be the two of them. I mean, that's what I thought. But anyway, yeah, I wonder what happened to the two people that didn't do what all the other people did. Yeah. I guess they just had miserable lives. Well, they were all, yeah, don't spoil anything. But yeah. Okay, that was funny. What about the other episodes of Black Mirror that I watched? Fuck, what was the second one? Crocodile was a bit interesting. Crocodile was the one where, it's not really spoilers because it's the beginning of the episode. Hang on, we'll be right back. It's not really spoilers because it's the beginning of the episode, but at the beginning, there's a man and woman hit a bicyclist. They're like on drugs. They're like, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna go to jail. So they bundle the guy up and they throw him in the river. And at first, the woman didn't want to do it. The guy did because he's like on drugs, and he didn't want to go to jail. And then, like, what, 20 years later, the woman's like a successful businesswoman, and he's just, I don't know, he's just a loser. But he's like got all this guilt, and he wants to talk to the woman, the wife of the guy that he hit. And the woman's like, don't do it. So she kills him. But now I'm going into spoilers, obviously. But yeah. What else? What else? What other episodes were there? What was the second episode about? You know what? I can look it up. Give me like 1 second, and I can look it up. Okay. Actually, I don't need that. Oh, that's true. I just changed the channel on my TV. I don't need that. I just need my little guy to wake up. Wake up. Shake up. You want to do. You want to do. Trust in my self-righteous lyric side. I cry? Yeah, I cry. When angels deserve to die! Okay. Fucking trip, sorry. Was Chop Suey the song that you paired with the Winnie the Pooh song? Kind of. Actually, we didn't do that. Remember when we were playing Daggerfall, one episode I talked about how for some reason in my head I've fused like seemingly weird songs together, like the Powerpuff Girls theme song, the original Powerpuff Girls theme song, and Enter Sandman from fucking Metallica, because they both had the same riffs. They both had the da 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 da. Because if you listen to the Powerpuff Girls song, it's like it's a poppy, fast, high pitched one. It's like fighting crime, trying this. Yeah, but then same as like a slow grunge like da 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 da. But it's there. Fucking, you'll never unhear it. But yeah, I believe that, yeah, Chop Suey was paired with Winnie the Pooh. I don't think we talked about that. But I remember, man, I was dating a girl who liked Winnie the Pooh, and I hated her. But I remember, like, watching the show. She's a grown woman watching Winnie the Pooh. But anyway, I watched it, and, like, the funny thing is, that song, I don't know. Because when I was a kid, the Winnie the Pooh song was, How does it start? Gotta get up, gotta get going, gotta see a friend of mine. He's bright and he's fuzzy, I love him because he's just Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh. Okay. Because, I mean, it's a catchy, upbeat song. But I don't know where the Winnie the Pooh, Chubby. I didn't get that song. Chubby, it's Tubby Little Chubby. Or Stuffed with Fluff. That's weird lyrics. He's what? He's a chubby? Sorry? He's an erection? Sorry? What? But anyway, yeah, that song compare with Chop Suey, because it was like instead of like the I can't actually, I don't know the lyrics of fucking Chop Suey, come on, but you know how it goes. It's like, wake up, da 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 da. It's like, Winnie the Pooh, chubby little stud, oh bear. And then it goes in the da 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 da. Yeah, that. I don't know. Just turn fucking Winnie the Pooh rock. What are the names of the episodes? There was Archangel. Oh yeah, Archangel. Yeah. I think the mother in Archangel was stupid. She just should have like turned it off ages ago. It's kind of ridiculous that she didn't. I forgot what happened at the end. Yeah, that's not spoiling anything. Hang the DJ, and the last one that I watched last night was, oh god, there's only one more episode left. Oh shit. Metalhead. Oh, yeah, that's definitely the weakest. Probably because it doesn't appeal to what I want out of Black Mirror, which is, like, computer, technology, like, human-aiding technology sort of stuff. Metalhead was just like a zombie/Terminator type movie. It was like post-apocalyptic, where all these like robot dogs run around and kill people. Whoopee. Yeah. But Hang the DJ was cool. The first one, which is USS Callister, that is like the greatest episode I've watched so far. If you want to start with Black Mirror, start with season 4, episode 1, USS Callister, because that's a cool episode. I liked it. Well, I liked it anyway. I mean, opinions may vary. The other one that I really liked was I forgot what it's called. It's Josephine. I don't have the other seasons on me right now. I just got the season 4. So, I don't know. Check it out if you are able. But I think that's enough for today. So when we come back tomorrow, we'll be doing some more LSD, the Dream Emulator. But for now, my name is Leo, and I'll see you next time.